Hey everybody, I'm Sebastian from Lunar Sound Sculptures, and today I want to present you the Èira lunar handpan scale. The name Eira originates from the Norse goddess Eira, which is the goddess of flowers, of healing, also of softness, overall a quite compassionate and harmonic character. Now, those type of energy is what I personally associate with the scale or with the sound landscape it creates. As always, those associations are totally arbitrary and my personal associations. Somebody else might associate something completely different with this sound. So, I would suggest this handpan scale, the Èira, especially for people who search for something light-hearted, something harmonic, and not too heavy and too dark sounding. In terms of music theory, what do we have here? So if I start with the ding with the center note, let's go through the notes. We have a D3, we have an A3, we have a B3, C4, D4, E4, F4, G4, and an A4. Now, depending how you play the scale, you will have two different modes or two different musical modes in this scale. Now, this is true for most or all handpan scales, especially for the lunar scales, because the lunar scales are always full range scales, so there are no missing intervals between the note steps. This is a personal choice for me how I want to build my instruments, because the lunar is focused more around the harmonic playing style, not so much the percussive one, so I want to have a wide range of possible combinations. While most or a lot of handpan scales are not full range scales, they miss one note or even two notes, so you have either a so-called hexatonic, from Greek from six, so you have 6 different interval steps before the octave, or you either have 5 so-called pentatonics. Now a pentatonic would be, for example, if I leave out this note, or we start with the hexatonic. And then we would add an additional note, which reoccurs in the chorus, which would in this case be the C5. So that would be the hexatonic version. Sorry, again. Or even the pentatonic version, which would be, for example, which is more we Europeans often associate this with Chinese music or Chinese or Asian scales, because they often use pentatonics, but they use pentatonics different like we do. They often change the modes of the pentatonic or different pentatonics within the same musical piece, which is uncommon for and widely unknown under Western musicians. So we always think, Chinese have this simple music with only pentatonics, which is far from truth, but the truth is they use a lot of pentatonics. So, back to the two modes. So this is the full range. Heptatonic, hepta from 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the octave, which is the same note as this one. We have the A4 and the A3 and the A4 here, which closes the circle. So, back to the two different modes. So, on almost all handpans, you have the possibility to play the handpan either ding-centric, which is I'm not very good at this, but this is more the kind of percussive playing style, usually centered around or focused on the ding note. But you also almost always have the possibility to play the instrument not focused on the central note, but focused on the chorus around. For example, professional musician, but I think I could show the difference in the playing styles. So this is true for almost all handpans. Now, in terms of music theory, this is the reason why all handpans can be played in two different modes or two different scales. For the Èira, this means if we play the instrument ding-centric, the central note and more in a percussive way, we have a D, so we have the tonic here on this note. Then we have the octave of the tonic, which is on the left side of the instrument. This is the D4, which again occurs as octave of the D3 in the central notes. So those two are similar, bass note and octave. If we start counting from this octave, we have the tonic of the instrument, the D3. Then we have here the E3, we have not the D3, we have the D4 and the E4, which is the major second. Then we have the F4, which is the minor third. We have the G4, which is the perfect fourth. And we have the A4, which is the perfect fifth. The A4 again occurs in the central note. As the fifth of the D3. So we have the D3, we have the D4 as octave, and we have the A4, which is the perfect fifth, which closes the closes the melodic circle here. From the beginning, we have the A3, which would be the fifth. We have the B3, I'm sorry, and the B3 is in this kind of playing style with the centric note, a quite special note because it's major sixth. So we have the major sixth here, and we have the minor seventh, and then we have the octave. So again, from the bottom, fifth, major sixth, minor seventh, octave, major second, minor third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth. This mode, musical mode, is called Dorian. The most important interval step in the Dorian mode is the major sixth in combination with the minor third. So that would be Dorian mode. Èira, Dorian mode, if played ding-centric. If you play the Èira chorus-centric and you start laying your main focus on the chorus, then you will have the tonic center of your note, not in the central note, but you will have it on the first tone field and on the last tone field, which is the A3 and the A4. Which kind of closes the melodies that you start and create when you focus your playing on the chorus. So chorus wise, the Èira is not the Dorian mode, but if we count it through, we have the tonic, we have the major second, we have a minor third, we have a perfect fourth, a perfect fifth, a minor sixth, a minor seventh, and the octave. This mode again, so tonic, major second, minor third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor sixth, minor seventh, and the octave. This mode is called Aeolian minor, which is one of the most common and most popular modes for handpan scales. Scales like Celtic, scales like Kurt, scales like De minara. Those are all D minor scales, and I could add a few more of them with missing intervals, with missing steps, like Pygmy and other scales, which can also always be, most of them can considered as a variation of a D minor scale, or an Aeolian minor scale, sorry. So this is one of the most comfortable sounds or modes for us Western people, because we are very used to it from folk music and our personal musical history. So the Èira. The Èira is, to conclude, is a very lovely and harmonic and light-hearted scale, and it's a nice pick for somebody who wants to experience a little bit of the feeling of something new, but not too strange or too far away, because you can play it in the chorus in a very used, what we are used to hear way, But then again, when you switch to the ding-centric playing, there is some element of something new, of something strange, a little bit of exotic, especially with the raised sixth here. So, whom is this instrument for? Well, everybody who likes it. As simple as that. But I would say it's an instrument for somebody who wants to experience a little bit of exotic sound, but not too much, like in a balanced way. So yes, oh, and I forgot. Every lunar handpan scale is available as a small model or as the big sister. I call them the new moon models and the full moon models. And for every scale there exists a sister scale, which is the mirroring of the scale playing ding-centric or chorus-centric. So the Èira is the Dorian mode from the ding center, or the Aeolian minor mode from the chorus, and its sister is the Artemis, because the Artemis is the opposite way. The Artemis is the Aeolian minor played from the ding note, but is the Dorian mode played in the chorus. So those two are very related to each other in the sound, and yes, those two are sister scales or sister models. So Èira or Artemis. Yeah, I hope I could explain a little bit for this scale and make it easier for some of you people to decide which scale should you choose for your handpan. Thank you very much for your attention and have a nice time.